Goodbye forever, Sundance. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to I'm on the phone with Kacey K. I'm your host, Kacey K. It's currently Wednesday, January 28th, 7:36 a.m., and I am pleased to announce it is getting lighter outside in the morning and lighter outside at night. So, baby steps. We will make it through this. It's very hard to imagine that there's a huge storm or whatever going on the East Coast, like most like Midwest, East Coast, all that stuff. Because in Utah, it is sunshine. You basically could have a pool party. Not necessarily, but it is very warm for January. The nights get cold, but the days are sunny and nice. So, it's really hard to complain, but we also have no water here. So it's kind of alarming when there's no sign of precipitation at all. Like, I can't even remember the last time it snowed or rained. It rained, I think, beginning of January, and that's kind of frightening because it shouldn't rain in January. It should snow, but I don't know. I'll never forget a couple of times I went downtown for New Year's, and we took the train one year when I was in high school. It was so cold. I've never been so cold in my life. And like waiting for public transportation outside in the wintertime is miserable. So, now I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to appreciate this because there have been times where I've had to wait for the train or whatever, and it's freezing cold, and there's nothing you can do. They have these little like lean-to things. No heat, no nothing. Anyway, I'm wearing my Taylor Swift hoodie. It's not the crew neck everyone wanted. Trust, I tried to get that, and you know what else? I liked the muscle tee, but no one else seemed to like it. I love it. I wear it in the summertime. I wear it around the house. It's so, I don't know. I enjoy it. It kind of reminds me of SpongeBob for some reason. I don't know why. Like the scene where they're always like showing the Krabby Patty and like the background of it. That's what the shirt reminds me of. So maybe it's nostalgic. I got some stuff to catch you guys up on. I went to Sundance this year. I've been before, and it was okay. It was very, very snowy. It was also the year of the Women's March, so it was like crazy, crazy busy. What year would that have been? 2017, 18? Like I think it was like the Me Too movement. So like to get into town took forever, and I didn't see any movies. We did see the guy from Bridesmaids, the cop. He is extremely tall in real life, like much taller than me, and I feel like I'm pretty tall, and he's much taller. I'm like, wow, that I would not have expected that. Usually can never tell. So I wonder how tall Kristen Wiig is because they don't seem like the height discrepancy is that big. Anyway, that's like one of the only people I've seen at Sundance that I can think of right now at this moment until this year. I've seen movies at Sundance, but they've never been in Park City. They've always been like in Salt Lake at the colleges or whatever. So it's sad I never got to see an actual movie there. Obviously, tried to get to see the Charlie XCX movie, but there's no way. The tickets were like $500, and they sold out all of them instantly. And she's like, I have a few tickets left for whoever wants to come see it. And of course, they were gone in minutes. But yeah, this time we kind of just went to hang out. We went to a rooftop party sponsored by Ray-Ban and Meta. It was free. I mean, I didn't have to pay, so. And we were waiting down by the elevator, like the bottom of the elevator. And of course, I'm not paying for drinks up there. I'm just not. So I snuck in my handy dandy little flasks and put my little Alani in a cup and some of that. And I was just the happiest all night long. Anyway, they'd only let like so many people go up at a time in the elevator. So I was at the bottom, like right by the elevator doors, just waiting my turn. And Meredith Marks' kids walked by, Chloe and Brooks. I was like, oh, hey, look, there's Meredith's kids. And then all of a sudden the doors open up and I just see this fur coat. It's probably faux. Don't get mad. It's probably faux. And it's Meredith and Seth. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I'm like, hi, Meredith. She's like, hi. She's like so nice. Regardless of how I feel about them certain seasons, I mean, each of them have their own flaws or whatever, but like, that's so exciting to see a housewife in real life. And like obviously Meredith's a huge part of the show. So whatever I have said in the past, I take it back now because I got to meet her. And she's super nice. All I said was hi. But then we get to the roof and we're sitting in line and John Barlow comes over. Because one of my friends that I was with, he grew up in the neighborhood that Lisa and John live in. And his mom is friends with them. And so he came over and talked to my friend and he's like, yeah, I'm out of here. No, Lisa. Lisa was apparently, where was Lisa? someone's like, she's in a completely different state. I'm like, why would you be called the Queen of Sundance, but then you're not at Sundance the last year it's in Utah? Also, did you guys see that interview with, I think maybe I talked about this, with Ben Affleck? And who was with him? There was someone with him, and they're like, "Oh, you better answer this." Okay, yes, I was correct. It's Matt Damon that's with him. I feel like, are those two ever separated? Like, why are they always doing press together? They're like, they just must be the best of friends, because I swear, anytime I see them, it's like always those two in interviews and doing some kind of project or whatever. But she's like, "Do you know Lisa Barlow?" And he's like, um, I like, I don't want to get anyone in trouble. Like, I might have met her. Like, I don't want to make anyone feel bad. Like, it's obvious he does not know who Lisa Barlow is. And they're like, well, she said she was hanging out or working with you last year around this time. That's why she had to miss an event. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, Lisa was not there. So then we are just kind of mingling. It's very, very cold. It's a rooftop party, but it's super pretty. You can see the ski resorts and all this stuff. This was over in Canyons. It wasn't downtown Park City. And we're see over in the corner on the edge of the roof, there's a fire pit and no one is sitting around it. So we just went and hung out there the whole night. And all of a sudden we look up and people are walking towards us, people we don't know. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, that's Bronwyn. And Bronwyn Newport from Housewives of Salt Lake, she just came and sat with us. She was very quiet, very timid, and not rude, but just not like very talkative, just kind of kept to herself. She was with some guy. I don't know if that was her like GBF or her assistant or her boyfriend maybe, but she kind of was just like whispering in his ear, and they would like talk to each other, and we would ask questions and stuff and she would answer them, but it wasn't like she wanted to engage fully in a huge conversation. But then, so Tao nightclub, I think there's one in Vegas, I'm sure there's one in like New York and LA and whatever. It's like a very exclusive club to get into, and they had a pop-up one in Park City, and everyone's like, how are we gonna get to Tao, how are we gonna get to Tao? In my mind, I'm like, I really don't care if we go or not. It's I don't really want to go stand in line in the freezing cold just to get told no. Then I heard some people were paying $1,000 a head to get into it. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But Bronwyn stands up. She's like, all right, bye everyone. We're like, bye. She's like, hopefully to see you at Tao. And I was like, get us in. And she obviously didn't say anything because it probably wasn't funny. It probably was very stupid. So she left, and that was that. I think that's all we saw for famous people, at least me anyway. Then we went downtown Park City to kind of walk around and stuff. We were going to go to a club there, but it was cold. It was very, very cold. And we went to this pizza place, and it was really weird. It's a cool pizza place called Main Street Pizza, I think. And you go in and they sit you down, and then they're like, okay, here's your menus. When you want to order, you go up to the front. I'm like, why would you have us sit down first then? And why not just take our order? Like, all of us have to like weasel our way around all these people in this restaurant to go order our food. That didn't make sense to me. It was really annoying. But I didn't even look at the prices. And we get up to the front, and I'm about to order what I want, and like everything is at least $30. I'm like, I don't want to pay this. And I should have got pasta or pizza, but I'm like, I don't want anything like, I don't know, I just didn't want that. So I got the cheapest option, which was a hamburger, a buffalo burger, buffalo. Maybe now that I'm thinking of it, maybe it was actual buffalo and not buffalo sauce flavored. Because I was like, you guys, there's no flavor of buffalo sauce on here, but I'm wondering if it's actual buffalo. Huh? Interesting. Anyway, it was like $25, and so I got that instead. But I'm like, this was not worth it. I would have much rather have gone to McDonald's or something and ordered something super cheap. I'm like, why is everything so expensive? And the girl's like, welcome to Sundance. I'm like, not for long, sweetie. So you might want to change your prices because this isn't going to fly anymore. But yeah, it was fun. It was a very, very fun night. It was one to remember, that's for sure. We actually got tickets to see Send Help, early screening of it that night. And we're like, well, we'll order them now just in case. And if we want to cancel it later, we will. But maybe if we're not having fun and we want to leave, it's a good excuse to leave. But we were having way too much fun, so we wanted to stay. And so now we're seeing it this Thursday. So Send Help, that's the one with Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. And it's got, the premise is he's her boss and he's like really, really rude. I'm guessing they work in like, not trust funds. What do they call that? What do they call that? Oh my gosh. Trust funds. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's what people on Wall Street work with. Some jobs on Wall Street. It's on the tip of my tongue. Trading, high stakes trading, portfolio managers, money markets, corporate What is that called? It's called something. Hedge funds. That's what I'm talking about. Hedge funds. Okay, I knew I was close to something. And apparently they make fun of Rachel McAdams because she's kind of homely looking, and apparently she doesn't like a shower. Because I'm not laughing at that, but in the commercial, they're like, maybe like there's a smell. You need to like start taking care of yourself. So she's all embarrassed and sad, and they just treat her like crap. So they're on this private jet, and they're flying, and the jet crashes, and only those two survive: Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. And I watched a review from Grace Randolph. She's the one that does the movie math that I watch every week, and she's super funny. Like, you guys should go and watch if you're curious about the movie industry. I like her because she gives like real reviews, and people get mad at her because she's like, I like blockbuster movies. I don't really care for indie movies. I just like blockbuster movies. And everyone's like, how could you be a movie critic and you're not even like seeing small budget films and whatever? She's like, I still see them. I just don't enjoy them as much. And I was like, I kind of agree with her. I think there's way too many critics of small town. I wouldn't even call her a critic. I would call her a movie reviewer. Critics, you know how I feel about those. But she's just like, there's enough small indie movie people that review movies. I'm like, we have enough of those. Like, what is wrong with liking blockbuster movies? So what if I want to go see Transformers 18? Like, what is the big deal? It's still a movie. I want to go to the movie sometimes just to be entertained. Someone on Twitter I saw yesterday, they released another review or preview of Odyssey, and the guy's like, tell me stories about my dad. And someone's like, the word dad wasn't even around for 2,000 more years after the Odyssey story takes place. Like, this is not accurate. And like, someone subtweeted it and was like, I'm so glad I go to watch movies just to have fun, and I'm not weird like this. I'm like, thank you. Why are people so obnoxious sometimes? It's like, just go watch the movie. Just go watch the movie. Like, most movies are unrealistic, even if they are normal, like rom-com, just regular movies. There's always inaccuracies in them, and if you just like nitpick those, it just ruins the whole moment. Just enjoy the movie. That's all I'm asking. That's all I want for this year, is for you guys to just go to the movies and enjoy them. Speaking of unrealistic movies, though, I, for some reason, got the bug that I wanted to watch the new Scream movie that's coming to theaters, and I had only seen the first and some of the second one. The first one is because my siblings, who are older than me, would make me or turn the TV on and watch it with me in the room. I remember specifically one time we were camping, and we still have this camping trailer because we just can't get rid of it. It's super old. It was old when we had it. And we had the little TV on top of the bunk, and my brother was watching Scream, and he would not turn the movie off, and I was very scared, and it was raining outside. And he probably doesn't even remember this, but I do. And it scared me. It terrified. I was like 6, maybe even younger than that. Maybe even younger than that. But so from what I know of it, it was terrifying. But then I got to thinking, I was like, I don't think these movies are actually scary. I think they're just more like slasher, which I have a very hard time with. And slasher, these movies are, oh my gosh, the sounds, the knife sound when they pull the knife out of them and stab. They got to the point where they're stabbing people in their faces and down their throat. Sorry, it makes me so sick to think about, but I couldn't stop watching. So yeah, I watched all 6 movies in like 3 days, and which was great because I had my puzzle that I was working on. It was a 1990s pop culture puzzle, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch the Scream movies. My favorite one, I think, was the third one. Best one was to go to Hollywood. I think it's just because I love Hollywood so much. I just love stories about Hollywood, stories based in Hollywood. I love when they show like the backlots and the movie producing and all. I just love it. I think it's so fun, especially like early 2000s, 90s, like Jennifer Aniston era. Like, obviously she's still around, but like, I don't know, just back in those days. I think it's so funny though, because like for the first, 3 or 4 movies, maybe all of them, they're all tied back to this poor girl. Her name's Sydney, and it's just because they hate her mom so bad. Like, all of them have grievances with her mom, and then it turns into grievances with her because of all the stuff that's happened to everybody because of her mom and all these killings. And her mom didn't really even do anything that bad. She just liked to sleep with people. Like, she wasn't even doing anything terrible. And for some reason, that pissed off a lot of people. And I just think that's funny that that's the reason that it has carried on this franchise for so long. The later few movies aren't necessarily about those, but it's tied to those. All of them are tied together. I think my other favorite one would be, I feel like I should like the Emma Roberts one a lot, but That one seemed, because how they filmed it, they went from 1996 to 97 to 2000 to 2011, 2022, and 2023. I'm missing one there. I might be missing one. And so it just seemed really weird and like misplaced, like just out of I don't know. Like I don't know what their thinking was. Like they wanted to try and revive it then, but it didn't work. And so they waited another 13 years, 12 years. That one just seemed to make the least amount of sense in all of the whole franchise, but apparently it's going to come back around somehow. I like the last one just because it was filmed in New York City. I thought that was kind of cool. And Gail Weathers, aka Courtney Cox, aka Monica from Friends, is still around. She's there for the very first one, and she's still there for the sixth one, and she's coming back for the seventh one. So, plus her apartment in this movie was phenomenal. I can only imagine how much it cost. But yeah, so I am ready for the seventh movie that's coming out in theaters, and I cannot wait. I actually am very excited. One of my favorite things in the whole world is to eat my popcorn and drink my bubbly drink, which is now I am obsessed with Poppy, you guys. When I first tried them, I was like, "Oh, these are not good." You know which ones are not good? Are Ollipops. I'm sorry, those ones are not good. Poppies, on the other hand, I crave them, especially the strawberry lemonade one. Delicious. So yeah, trust I will be sitting in the theater with my bucket of popcorn. I honestly should just buy one of those mega tubs at this point, you know? How much are those? Because then you can refill them for like $5 or something. So yeah, there is a little bit about me. Sorry, I've been talking for way too long. What's next on my list? Okay, I think that's it for stuff I needed to catch you up on. If you want to watch the Scream movies, I recommend. They're just, I understood more why people like them. They're just so camp. They're so unrealistic and so fun. And I know I just talked about movies being unrealistic, but these ones are very far fetched. Like, how are all of the killers extremely, extremely strong? Like, beyond, like, there'll be scenes where like five people are trying to fight this killer and it'll kill all of them and like shove them downstairs. And like, there's scenes where they're like kicking the killer and the killer flies down the stairs. And it's like, okay, that wouldn't happen. And like Jenna Ortega was stabbed 7 times and survived. She's stabbed through her hand, in her stomach, in her back. Like a lot of these people, like there's no way. There's just no way that these people would survive. Again, just go watch the movie. Just to enjoy the movie and don't nitpick. Okay. Also, I got a haircut, which I like it. It's only you can tell very much right now, but it's going to be that mullet look again because when I wear hats, it does look good. And every time I told people I was going to cut my hair, they're like, no, you can't do it. It looks so good. I'm like, well, it's just harder to maintain. And then I saw pictures of myself like a month ago, maybe with it. And I'm like, yeah, I got to get it back. I've got to get it back. Okay, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is out March 12th. So that is a lot sooner. I don't understand how they were doing it. What I'm thinking is they filmed the first season and weren't really sure how it was going to do. And then it did well. And so they're like, quickly have to hurry and film. The second season took a long time. And then the third season came out. And I think they just recorded so much stuff just so they could keep putting it out quickly, more quickly than they have been. Because didn't season 3 come out like November? So like that, the turnaround time was very quick. And the Kardashians have said that the turnaround time with Hulu is much quicker than it is with Peacock or any other like major studio. So that's good. I'm glad they're finally catching up. There's not much that's really standing out to me. They're hinting Taylor might be pregnant. They're talking about her going on the Bachelor. It looks like Layla is in the Victoria's Secret fashion show or something. What else is in there? I couldn't remember if Whitney was in there. Whitney was just on live with Mark and Kelly yesterday. And she's talking about how when you're listening to this, the Monday that you're listening to this, that this comes out or whatever, she starts her show on Broadway, Chicago. She plays Roxy Hart. I really hope she's still there when I go because we want to try and see her, but it's very unlikely that she will be because her contract is only 3 months, 2 months. So February, March, April. Yeah, I think she'll just barely be leaving like a week before we get there. So yeah, also Paris Hilton was on Live with Kelly and Mark. That is one of my favorite shows. Like I don't care much for the talk shows in the daytime anymore. I'll watch Kelly Clarkson. I don't really watch Drew Barrymore. I used to watch Ellen religiously, but we all know how that ended. Which I think that there's a lot more of the story than we know, and people just like ran with it, and it's not as bad as we think. I think that there's somewhere in the middle, but I don't think she's the most evil person in the world like a lot of people do. But for some reason, Kelly and Mark's show It's at the perfect time of day. It's at the perfect time of morning sunshine at 10 a.m. They're just bubbly. They're just happy. They're silly. They give away a trip every single day. I guess if you win it, you have to win it first. But yeah, like I want to call in. One of my bucket list things is to call in and answer one of the questions because I remember a lot of the stuff that people. So basically, if you're curious how this happens, how this works, let me describe live with you. They have a person call in and they do like a little silly thing where it's like they tell two or one lie and one truth. Mark has to guess which one is the truth. If the customer, the guest, the client, whatever, the viewer wins, they get a free mug. Then they have an opportunity to answer a question to win a trip to like, they're very nice trips. All inclusive resorts to Mexico, Cancun, Belize, sometimes like other continents. And all they have to do is answer a question that the get the guest the day before talked about. And sometimes they're pretty easy. And I'm like, I would do so well on this. But watch, I would get the one that I did not know anything about, and I would be upset. Anyway, Paris Hilton was on yesterday too. She's talking about her new movie, Infinite Icon. I actually have tickets to it tonight, but I'm going to reschedule for Friday. I was going to go by myself and have a little date night, but I'm going to go with someone else instead. And we're going on Fridays. I can't really tell what it is. I thought it was going to be like DJ's like music set, but I think it's more of just like a live what do they call it? Live, not necessarily a documentary memoir, a live memoir, I think is what they're calling it. Anyway, I think it just kind of follows her around and just her daily life. But she's a busy woman. She used to travel 250 days out of the year, which is an insane amount of time to be in the airplane. But I mean, I think she has her own airplane. So it must be much, much easier to travel that way. Okay. Kim Kardashian, she was on Khloe Kardashian's podcast recently. There's doing a two-part. So I think tomorrow, I think it comes out on Thursdays. Tomorrow will be part two. I'm loving that they're doing two parts. I would take like 10 because there's so much in Kim's life going on. But what I liked about this is Khloe, like Kim's like, I'll only do it if we like ask like real honest like questions and get down to the nitty gritty. And she's like, it wouldn't have worked any other way because you know all these stories. So it's like would know if I'm lying or not. And so like they answer like the questions that we all want to know. Like Kim calling the paparazzi in her early days, and she's like, I didn't necessarily call the paparazzi. We would just know where they were, and I would show up. They talk about the fake tweets and stuff that would go around, the fake pictures and stuff, and that would circulate. What else they talk about? The time that her and Jonathan rode in some guy's Rolls Royce and got out at the hotel Britney Spears was staying at, just so they could get captured by the paparazzi. She talked about Kanye a little bit, and the kids, North, how she's just always been expressive, and I guess North is homeschooled. I don't know about the other kids, but North is. What else did they talk about? There was one. Chloe's like, would people be surprised that you listen to Taylor Swift? And she's like, I said it before. I think she's a genuinely good artist. I really like her songs. She's like, I have like her older songs. She didn't clarify like if she stopped listening to them or she doesn't like the new songs, but she's like, I have her older songs on my playlist. Like, I do like her. Yeah, that's something about Kim. It's like, I think she gets to a point where she's like, I'm just kind of over it. Like, if someone wants to apologize and move on, I'm totally fine with that. Taylor Swift, on the other hand, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I just wish that Taylor could see that it was all that horrible man's doing and Kim was just trying to stand up for him. But it's like, it's her husband. Like, what do you expect? I don't know. I think it's different just because Kim was equally as famous as both of them. And so if Kanye was just married to a normal, regular person, they wouldn't have felt the need to say anything because it really wouldn't have done anything. But whereas Kim Kardashian, she's like, well, I'm just going to say something because I have millions and millions and millions of followers. I just sound very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. Like two of my favorite celebrities of all time hate each other. But, I'm holding out hope because this happened with Katy Perry and the feud was very, very long. So you never know. You never know. So look out for part two. This one was interesting. Leanne Rimes is going to like this wellness center because when she was performing, her teeth fell out. So that's scary. Your teeth just fall out. Like, I wonder if they hurt and she just kind of was just like babying them or taking care of them or concerned maybe, and then they just fell out. I mean, it's like not funny, but I wonder if there's a video. Does anyone have a video of Leanne Rimes' teeth falling out? If I can find it, I'll put it here. But that is so interesting. It kind of reminds me of when Hillary Duff. She's like one of the very first people I can think of in Hollywood that I remember who got veneers, because when she was performing one time, she hit the microphone on her two front teeth and she looked down and her teeth she caught them in her hand. And so she had to get teeth. And people, there's something, they said that she had like horse teeth, they were too big. So I think she might have different ones now, but yeah, anyway, that's what it reminded me of. Okay, we got people, we've talked about this, I think, going to the Songwriters Hall of Fame. There are 7 of them, I think. I'm just going to go over them and some of their songs that they wrote or co-wrote or whatever. This guy is probably doing very, very well for himself. Walter Afnit. I don't know how to say his last name. Walter A. wrote All I Want for Christmas Is You, so I think he's doing well. Harry Britton and Graham Lyle. I don't know why there's 2 of them. What's Love Got to Do with It? Obviously, Whitney Houston. Is that Whitney Houston? What's Love? No, that's not Whitney Houston. That's the Tina Turner. Kenny Loggins, Footloose. What a Fool, Danny's Song. I don't know much about him. Alanis Morissette. You ought to know. I actually drove past one of Alanis Morissette's houses. Fun fact. My cousin had a friend, yeah, or was it a roommate, that lived in California, and she's like, yeah, Alanis Morissette's my neighbor. I think that's how it went. Jessica, if I'm incorrect, please reach out to me, contact my people and let them know. But she must have given her address or something so we could drive by. I'm not lying. I know this is true. This story might have some holes in it, but this is accurate. You Ought to Know, Ironic, Hand in My Pocket, Thank You, Uninvited. I actually listened to Jagged Little Pill. Is that the album of Alanis Morissette? And I didn't think it was not good, but people just talk about how this album was amazing and it inspired a lot of people. I mean, like Katy Perry's inspired like majorly from this album, and just Alanis Morissette in general. And none of them really stood out to me. So I don't know if I had to be in a certain mood to listen to this album and get it. But I think it was bad, but I just didn't think it was anything like too special, you know? Christopher Tricky, this guy is also sitting well. Umbrella, Single Ladies, Obsessed, the one Mariah Carey one. Just Fine. I don't know what song that is. Just Fine. Should we find out? Oh, Mary J. Blige. Okay, interesting. Break My Soul by Beyonce. You Won't Break My Soul. So 2 Beyonce songs, a Mariah Carey song, a Mary J. Blige song, and a Rihanna song. Umbrella is still one of the greatest songs of all time. Like, not even kidding. It is phenomenal. And I just remember having my iPod, hearing that song on the preview of iTunes and thinking, wow, I cannot get over this song. I remember it was summertime and I was riding my 4-wheeler because that's how I got around town, because I lived 2 miles out of town, 2 or 3 miles out of town. So I would ride my 4-wheeler along the side of the highway and I'd have my iPod, and I was the happiest person in the whole world. I just love music so much. So some of my favorite times were to get my iPod. I'd have to string the cord up through my shirt and put my earbuds in and just listen to music. And yeah, that song reminds me so much of getting ready to go up and hang out with my friends on a hot summer day and listen to that song over and over and over again. Anyway, sorry, we'll move on from me. And then the last one is obviously Taylor Swift. Now I'm curious, it said in here, where did it say it? The star-studded event is slated for June 11th at Marriott Marquis Hotel in New York City and will not be open to the general public. Dang it, I was going to try and get tickets. Key songs in each 2026 inductees catalog include... So I just thought it was interesting that the songs they chose were these ones. Obviously this one, not surprised. All Too Well, 10-minute version. Anti-Hero, Love Story, that one I'm not surprised about. Blank Space, I'm not necessarily surprised about that, but it's just like weird that they chose these songs, you know? Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like what these guys are looking for, maybe not, because it has Umbrella and all these things, but it's like more folklore type stuff. Nothing from Torture Poets Department, which doesn't shock me, but also does shock me, because it's like, how could you not get that album? And a lot of people didn't. So someday they'll come around. Someday they'll get it. And The Last Great American Dynasty. See, it's like that song, but like, what's that one song? This Is Me Trying, or Ricochet. No, yeah, what is that one? My Tears Ricochet. I don't know. Interesting. Okay, so I don't know if you can watch it on TV. Can you? Star-studded event is slated. Yeah, I don't think you can watch it on TV or anything. It's too bad, because that would be fun to watch, obviously. Oh, I think I missed one. Yeah, Gene Simmons. Sorry, Rock and Roll All Night. I missed one. Okay. The Legally Blonde TV series Elle is coming to, I think it's Prime. Yeah, it is Prime, July 1st. And I'm not really sure what to think about this. There's really no one in it that I know. I don't know. It's just hard to like get into new people, you know? I know that's like not a good way to look at things, stuck in the past, but when there's not anybody in a movie I know, it's kind of hard just to get into it, you know? Because it's like you have to like learn to love these characters. Yes, so the main L is Lexi Mindtree. And I'm just so annoyed looking at this. There's only 8 episodes. I'm so tired of these shows only having 8 episodes now. Yeah, there's no one that I know in here really. Like, there's a few, but it's like they're not well known enough to talk about them, you know? Like it would just be more sorry, what I'm saying, their lives are meaningful. What I was saying is it's gonna be too hard to explain them to you guys, and it would just take up too much time. Next up is the Oscar nominations. I actually watched these live, I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, we got actor in a leading role. Nominees include Timothy Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke. I've never even heard of Ethan Hawke's movie until he was nominated. It's called Blue Moon. I'll have to look at it. Wagner Moura, The Secret Agent, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners. I've seen 2 of these movies, so I need to see the rest of them. Actor in a supporting role. I'm glad that they did this because this gives Jacob Elordi a bigger chance of winning. We got Benicio del Toro in One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein. I'm sorry, I think Frankenstein should win all of them. I just do. I know there's a lot of good movies in this lineup. I've heard One Battle After Another is extremely well done and a really good movie. But Frankenstein, that to me was just cinema. I know I sound like one of those uppity people, but it was so good. It was so, so good. And he did so well. Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Sean Penn, One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. He already won, I think, the Golden Globe for that movie. And again, I recommend that movie. It's a slow movie, but it's very well done and it's very good. And yeah, he did a very good job. Okay, actress in a leading role. Nominees include Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. I've heard Hamnet's extremely sad, but I don't like that time period. I'm so sorry. Rose Byrne, I've heard this movie is fantastic. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I just saw it on Prime yesterday, so you can go watch it. Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue. People are saying that she paid for this, and I'm like, that's really sad. Like, I've never seen it, but I think she did well. Like, why are people so mean? Renat Revens, I think that's not how you say it at all. I'm so sorry, for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia. Now, I will say, the only saving grace for that movie was Emma Stone. I did not like that movie at all. That movie, talk about slow, slow, slow. It was so slow until it wasn't. And then it got like really crazy and weird for about 10 minutes. And that's it. And I'm like, this movie is so boring. I just can't do it anymore. But I like a lot of people in it. So it's like, it's hard. I don't know. It was unfortunate that I did not like it, but Emma Stone was phenomenal in it. Fantastic. Actress in a supporting role. Nominees include Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga Elias, I'm just going to say that, for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons. She was Gladys. If you saw Weapons, you would know what I'm talking about. Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners, and Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. Did you guys know that Teyana Taylor was on My Sweet 16? That's so interesting to me. I just found that out the other day. Animated feature film. Nominees include Arco, Elio, which I did not see, K-pop Demon Hunters, Zootopia 2, and Little Amelie, or The Character of the Rain. My thing is it's probably going to be K-pop Demon Hunters or Zootopia 2. Zootopia 2 is still climbing the charts. It is so surprising to me because I, I haven't really heard many people talk about liking it that much. Not that they didn't like it, but just no one is talking about it, you know? And so the fact that it's the highest grossing animated film ever is interesting to me. So yeah, I mean, good for that. I think it'll be Zootopia 2, or you never know. Some of these little indie ones always pop in there. Okay, animated short film, Butterfly, Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls. I'm just going to do like the main ones. Sorry. This one is new. This is the new category for it's called the casting category. Nominees include Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. Now, I can see it going to Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, or Sinners just because those casts are so stacked. It's crazy. Very well done. Cinematography, we've got Frankenstein. I hope that wins. One Battle After Another, Sinners, Train Dreams, and Marty Supreme. Again, Frankenstein. Costume design, I can't even believe that Frankenstein didn't get nominated in this. To me, to me, Frankenstein is a perfect movie. The nominees include Avatar: Fire and Ash. Oh, it did. I read too fast. Okay, very happy now. Frankenstein is included in this. Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. Okay, directing, we've got Hamnet, Chloe Zhao, Marty Supreme, Josh Safdie, One Battle After Another, Paul Thomas Anderson, Sentimental Value, Joachim Trier, and Sinners, Ryan Coogler. I kind of hope it goes to Sinners. Did you hear Sinners was the most nominated film ever in the whole history of the Oscars? I hope it's Ryan Coogler just because of how much he loved this movie. And what was some studio wanted to buy the movie from him, and he did not want that. They wanted to buy the rights from him, and he's like, no, I'm not doing that. So he fought for a long, long time until someone actually let him make the movie on his own terms. And I think it worked out very well for him. So I hope he wins. Okay, what else do we have? I think that's it for we can do music. Music, best original song. We have Dear Me, Diane Warren. I don't know what that song is. Golden, K-pop Demon Hunters. I'd be shocked if that didn't win. I Lied to You from Sinners. Sweet Dreams of Joy. I don't know, from Vera Verdi, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams. Okay, best picture, we've got Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Someone was like, this would have been a perfect lineup if it wasn't for F1. I liked F1. I don't understand why some people did not like it. Someone's like, it's for a movie like my dad. I'm like, yeah, but for what it was, they did really well. I was hesitant to go in because this racing movies sometimes just get so monotonous. It's like the same thing over and over and over again. This one was very well done, and it actually brought light to the actual sport of F1 and was very interesting. So I thought it was good, even though the plot was still the basic retired race car driver who hasn't driven in years comes out of retirement to one last hurrah. But it was good. I loved it. The Oscars will be on March 15th, 2026. It's the 98th awards. So crazy. I think it's ABC, so it'll be on Hulu. Right? Anyway, also speaking of award shows, the Grammys are this Sunday. And those I think are on CBS, which would be Paramount. Super exciting. It's awards season. I feel like the Oscars get later and later into the year. I feel like they all used to be all the award shows used to be in January and February. And now it's they're all spread out. Okay, so Harry Styles' new song Aperture is out. We discussed this last time. His album, I don't even remember the name of it. Something about Keep Dancing Disco Style or something. The song, people like it, but it's not doing as well as other songs have. I think debut the first day was 14 million, and then it has dropped significantly each day since. The second day was 8 million, and the third day was 3 million or something. Again, I don't love the song. I actually listened to it and turned it off halfway through. Nothing against him, just not my vibe. But people are mad because he's only, and I don't blame them. I've been saying this for years. I am so tired of artists going to 3 cities and making us travel to them. You know who doesn't do that? Katy Perry. Katy Perry does not do that. So you need to get on the bandwagon of being nice to her again, because she actually cares about her fans and goes to multiple cities that people probably don't even know exist. She goes to. There was a graph of where all the countries she had went to, and pretty much most of them were filled. Most of the continent's areas were filled because she just enjoys her fans and wants to go and give them a show. And she understands that not everyone can travel for everything. Harry Styles was doing 14-day, 7-day something residency in New York. And so obviously tickets are going to be expensive because he's only doing so many. And people are saying Lower Bowl is starting at $700 before scalpers get them and resell them. So people are mad. Some of the fans are saying, if I'm paying $700, I better be close enough to the stage to rip off that toupee. Because there's a rumor that he's bald and has a toupee. Yeah, people are not happy, and I don't blame them. So it's unfortunate. I just feel like it's your duty, especially if you're a big artist like that. You can travel. You can travel in luxury and style and comfort. You can fly to every show. I think Taylor Swift flew from every show of hers, and her stage would just travel from each place. I'm it's possible. It's doable. That's one thing Miley complains about, is traveling and being on the road. Y'all are rich enough. You do not have to constantly be on the road. You can just fly from place to place. Maybe if one's close enough, you can just fly or drive from there to there. But yeah, I don't know. It's just funny to see. The toupee comment was hilarious to me. It's like diehard fans on Twitter are getting mad. It's like I also saw a picture of when they were showing the drop of listens of that song. It was a picture of Harry Styles with his suitcase walking into the Kia Asylum. If you're unaware what the Kia Asylum is, it's like this place that it's named after a singer. Her name's Kia. I've never heard of her before, but apparently it's like where artists go that they just aren't doing it right now, and their music's not trending. They're just like having a hard time. So like BB Rexa posted a video of her running on a treadmill. She's like, "Babes, I can't get out of the Kia Asylum until I have a hit song or I lose 30 pounds. Please help me." She's like running in high heels. It's so funny. So someone that has just escaped the Kia Asylum is Zara Larson. People are like, "Zara, quick, reach back. BB and Ava Max are behind you. Grab them, take them with you." Because it's sad. It's like these big artists and they just like kind of fall off for some reason. And like BB, her catalog is insane. Like she has very, very few songs on her like main. Let's see, BB Rexa. There should be no reason she is on in the Kia Asylum. Yeah, like she has her top 5 songs. There's only one that's under a billion streams. I'm Good is at 2.3 billion. Me, Myself, and I, that's the one with G-Eazy. Where is G-Eazy? 1.5 billion. In the Name of Love, 1.6 billion. Meant to Be with Florida Georgia Line, 1.5 billion. Say My Name, 700 million. Like, there's no reason that she should be in the Kia Asylum. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, well, at least she'll have company now with Harry Styles. Okay, this one, Ray. She's the one that sings Escapism, just a heartbroken bitch, high heels 6-inch in the back of the nightclub, sipping champagne. That song blew up during COVID. But she also has a new song called Where the Hell's My Husband? And I don't hate that song, I just don't love it. I don't know why. It's giving like Uptown Funk happy vibes to me, and we all know how I feel about those songs. Not nearly as bad as those songs though. Not nearly. Not even close to as bad as those songs. But it's just, I don't know, it just wasn't hitting for me. It seems too generic. It seems to me what people think of Shake It Off. And I love Shake It Off. But they're like, it's just like a cash grab. It's just like whatever. I'm like, yeah, but sometimes those are good. And sometimes those are needed. But that's kind of how I feel now about this song. And I don't feel that way about Shake It Off. Also, I will say it again. I will say it till the day I die. I love Me. Me will always be one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. So y'all can suck it. If there's one fan of Me, it is me. And if there are no fans of Me, I am dead. And I love the version that says, "Hey kids, spelling is fun." I actually have 4, maybe 5 of those CDs, so they can't take that away from me because they took it away from the streaming services. Oh, anyway, Ray, sorry. So my thing is, Ray's whole new album was stolen out of her car, and she still has a whole album coming out. Chaperone, What's Going On? Who else? Lord, What's Going On? I know she just released something, but who else takes 5 ever? Rihanna. Now, Rihanna is an exception because she has, 9 albums, 9 or 10 albums. So it's like, I get that she wants a rest, but it's like, it's been 10 years. 10 years we've been waiting for Rihanna. So the fact that Ray could have her whole album stolen and have to rewrite it from scratch, and it's already coming out before Chaperone has probably even picked up the pen. Because if you're unaware, the Subway song, it was just kind of a song. Like, there's no album. There might be a little bit of one by now, but she's like, yeah, like I just released that song because I liked it. Like, I hadn't even started on the album. Like, there's no album yet. I'm like, why? Like, this is all you wanted, and all you do is complain about it, complain about the industry, and you're not even putting in the work. Like, you made it, and now that you're not releasing music. Come again? So yeah. Anyway, Ray's new album is called This Album May Contain Hope, and it comes out March 27th. So we'll see. This one I thought was so stupid. Pitchfork has released a subscription-based service for $5 a month. And people are like, for what? Like, what for? They're like, more in-depth album reviews and why we do the things we do. And people are like, you guys are idiots. Who is paying for who is watching Pitchfork? The only reason I go on to Pitchfork now is just to see the craziness that they give some albums. And it's obviously they do it for clickbait. Like, there's like good albums that they just bash on for no reason. And like what Peppa Pig's song or Peppa Pig's album was higher than some like mainstream artist. So that was funny to me. Speaking of Baby Rexa, she might be climbing her way out of the pits of the Kia Asylum because she just signed with Empire Records, I think this was called, Empire Studios or something, as an independent artist, which I don't know how that works. I don't know how you sign with a label, but you're an independent artist. I think that's kind of how Taylor Swift is. Again, I'll always question why she signed with one. You know, if I had to ask one non-personal fun question to Taylor Swift, a business-related question, it would be that. I'm just curious. I just want to know. And we all know I want to know because I talk about it all the time. It's so funny to me that she signed with a label. Because if anyone can make it as an independent artist, it would be Taylor Swift at this point. But then there's also rumors that Disney is buying her touring company. So maybe she just wants to focus on music. That's all she wants to do is focus on music. She just had to build up all these other things to get to this point. We'll see. Let It Go by Idina Menzel, the Idina Menzel version, is 11 times platinum now. Emma Stone, she has broken Meryl Streep's record for Oscar nomination. She has 7 by the age of 37. I think Meryl Streep had 7 by the age of 38. So that's good. Emma Stone, you know, she used to work at like a dog grooming place before she got famous, and her hair's not naturally red, just so you know. She dyed it just to stand out more. What color is Emma Stone's hair? Emma Stone is a natural blonde, see? But she's famous for her iconic auburn/red hair, which is often dyes red for her roles in red carpet events, although she changes her color frequently from blonde, brunette to dark red. So yeah, she does look really good with the red. Like, she looks naturally like a redhead, but her hair is blonde. So I love her. I love her so much. One of my favorite movies of all time is Easy A. She does so well in that movie. I think Jennifer Lawrence was supposed to do that. She just talked about how she was supposed to be in that movie and she turned it down. That was kind of a regret of hers. But Emma Stone just did so well. And just the fact that she started from Superbad, I think that was her first movie. Oh, La La Land, that's the first thing that pops up. I'll never forget going to La La Land. I went by myself to the Payson movie theater. It was kind of like a last minute thing, and I had the time of my life. I love that movie. I actually listen to that soundtrack sometimes to fall asleep too, and I love it. Okay, she's been in a lot of stuff. Let's get down to the bottom. Okay, the first movie or the first thing she was in, The New Partridge Family. I don't know what that is. Medium. I remember that. Medium with Patricia Arquette. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. She was on one episode. Ivana Tipton voice. Who's Ivana Tipton? Is that her mom? Which is funny because Ivana, that's Donald Trump's ex-wife's name. Malcolm in the Middle for one episode, Lucky Louie, and then the first movie she did was Superbad in 2007. And to go from Superbad to La La Land to, 7-time nominated actor is crazy. But look at her track record. Superbad, The House Bunny, she does so good in The House Bunny. That's still one of the best movies ever. Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, Zombieland, Easy A, Friends with Benefits. I forgot she was in that. She's in it briefly, but I forgot. That movie I love. I'm sorry. I know those two are kind of problematic. Maybe not so much Mila Kunis anymore, but Justin Timberlake. That movie's so good. I love that movie. Crazy Stupid Love. The Help. Obviously, she was in that. The Amazing Spider-Man. I forgot she was in iCarly. Gangster Squad. Now, if you have not seen Gangster Squad, I highly recommend that one. I actually need to watch it again because I haven't seen it in a very long time. The Croods, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Birdman. I remember that one was a big Oscar thing. Aloha, I think that one did terribly. Let's see. La La Land, Battle of the Sexes, The Favorite. Can't forget The Favorite. Zombieland Double Tap. That movie was funny. Cruella. Obviously Cruella. Can't forget that one. Poor Things. I still don't know how to feel about that movie. And Begonia. So yeah, there's that. Victoria Beckham. She's obviously has some stuff going on, but one of her songs went #1 in UK. Not Such an Innocent Girl. I didn't know she had like a solo career, but it's rumored that Oprah has reached out to her and David for an exclusive interview about this whole thing. So you never know. Maybe we'll get an interview with these two. I forgot I put this in here. Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie are on the cover of Vogue Australia, which I love because they're both from Australia, obviously. Maya Rudolph is making her Broadway debut it's Oh Mary. I don't know anything about that, but good for her. There's a rumor that Fortnite might be getting an Abbott Elementary collab skin, whatever you call them. This one's for my Utah people. I just thought it was interesting. The Gateway Mall is for sale. Maybe it'll tell us how much they're selling it for. 20.9 acres, prime location. I don't know why this mall, me and my cousin were talking about this, why this mall has such a hard time making it. The Gateway, one of Salt Lake's most notable and long-standing mixed-use areas and west portion of downtown, is on the market. The entire 20.9-acre site was recently listed for an undisclosed amount. Dang it, that's what I wanted to know. And its listing markets the complex as a generational investment opportunity that's at a crossroads of Salt Lake's hubs for entertainment. In addition to transitioning from an outdoor mall into more of a nightlife hotspot, the Gateway is also home to over 284,000 square feet of office space and numerous multifamily housing. With current occupancy at 92%, the Gateway generates a robust, in-place cash flow and offers outstanding potential. So then why are they leaving? Yeah, interesting. The Gateway Mall, for those who remember, when it first opened, it was like the coolest place. And then it kind of just died pretty quickly, in my opinion. The Gateway has seen many changes and an identity shift over the years, going from an open-air shopping mall that opened a year before the 2002 Winter Olympics to nearly a ghost town following the opening of City Creek, to its current state of an office hub day by day and entertainment district by night. Yeah, so if you want to buy that, does anyone want to go in on that with me? I don't want to buy it just for the movie theater and the restaurant area, and then obviously to have like a really nice apartment somewhere in it. Sydney Sweeney, she is joining the likes of Kim Kardashian and Rihanna. She has a new lingerie line called CERN. I don't know why it's called CERN. Was that her? I wonder if that's like her initials. Sydney? No, that wouldn't be her initials. Why is it called CERN? Let's see. Sydney Sweeney is officially launching a lingerie brand called CERN line, offering 44 sizes and 4 style personas, with most pieces priced under $100. Sydney Sweeney has a new venture to debut. Just a day after being spotted at the Hollywood sign with bras in hand, the actor confirms to Cosmopolitan exclusively that she indeed is launching a brand called CERN, pronounced like Siren. Okay, Syerin, pronounced like Siren. Why though? I was in 6th grade with the DDs. Oh, okay, sorry. Let me start over. I was in 6th grade with the double D's. I hated the bra I had to wear, Sydney said in a press release. When I bought my first cute bra that actually fit, I wore it to pieces. Designing it for different bodies is a huge part of Siren. Sorry, that's so weird to say. To that end, Siren is available in 44 sizes ranging from 30B to 42 triple D. The most styles under $100. The lingerie line is structured into 4 core personas that shape the style of pieces: comfy, playful, romantic, and seductress. They actually look pretty cool. Good for her. I feel like if anyone can sell lingerie, it'd be her. She's also hated by a lot of women, which is not a woman, so I can't really say, but I don't know why. I don't get that. That's not very women empowerment, but whatever. I don't know where you can buy them. Maybe it's just CERN.com. There's no website so far. There is an Instagram account though, but I'm not going to follow it. Okay, this one is interesting, and I can see it. I don't know why I didn't see it for myself. I saw a TikTok that said that Khloe Kardashian has left Good American. Now, Good American wasn't necessarily started by Khloe. She's brought in like very, very early on to be the face of it, but it was Emma Greed's company that she started. And apparently Khloe has unfollowed Emma. She's unfollowed Good American. She only posts about Fabletics now. And Fabletics has started to sell things that are very similar to Good American. So people are wondering what's going on. Also, Kylie is apparently not that interested in Kai, her new like low price luxury brand, which I think Emma had a part of that too, and she's dropped that. So now apparently Lauren Sanchez is taking over. And if anyone has the capital to take this thing to the next level, it is Lauren Sanchez, because she's obviously married to one of the richest people in the whole world. So I just thought it was interesting. This one will be so good. This is a new documentary on Netflix coming out for America's Next Top Model. And it is just like kind of going behind the scenes of it and how controversial it was. And it has like a lot of the original people. Like I think all of the judges are coming back to talk in it. I can't wait. I think it'll be funny. My cousins had this show on all the time when we were little, and it was just kind of like a pinnacle moment. I just specifically remember like in the summertime when it was super hot, we'd get done with all of our cleaning because we had to clean every single day, which is not a bad thing. I'm just saying, before we got to do anything else, we had to clean, and the fans would be on, like the window air conditioner would be on, and it would just be America's Next Top Model in the background. And one of the most famous lines I remember from it is maybe not famous to anyone else, but to me, we thought it was so funny. Is that girl that was on crutches? Someone's like, "Why are you on crutches?" She's like, "Because I broke my baby toe," and she's on crutches just for her baby toe. Also, what? Be quiet, Tiffany. I have never yelled at a woman like I've yelled at you before. And who was scared? Was anyone else scared here? It was me. I was scared. Oh, that's going to be good. Okay, a couple more. There's a new show coming to Amazon Prime, and it stars like Serena Williams. Sienna Miller. I'm like, that's not right. Serena Williams and a few other people like, what's his name? Tommy Hilfiger's wife. Anyway, it's called the CEO Club. It's like about women CEOs, women people running companies and stuff like that. So it's coming February 23rd to Prime. And then the last one I'll leave you guys on is there's been a rumor that Lady Gaga and Beyonce were approached to do a remake of the Thelma and Louise movie, but Beyonce declined, and so they're still looking for another A-list actor to fill that role. Which that movie is on my list of movies to watch. I've always wanted to watch it, and for some reason I just haven't. So that's gonna be my homework, is to read that. I finished the Hunger Games book, the first one. I'm now on another one because I joined a book club. It's called Local Woman Missing, and it is interesting. It's written very interesting. It's like each chapter is a different person, but then each chapter is a different person from a different time. Like sometimes it'll say 11 years ago, sometimes it'll say current, sometimes it'll say what else? I don't know. Like it's just like all over the place. I'm like, this is confusing, but it's making sense. It's slowly coming together. So anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. The best way you can help me is to subscribe and tell people about me. I prefer you to watch me on YouTube. I post my shorts on there, not my clothing, my actual video shorts on there. On TikTok, I posted one yesterday about the Beckhams, and it did fairly well. And yeah, so the best thing you can do is to subscribe to me on YouTube. I would just very much appreciate that. Anyway, thank you for listening. And next week, I will be able to tell you about Send Help and the Paris Hilton documentary. And what else? Oh, and the Grammys. The Grammys will be out. So the Grammys are already out. I have to remember. I have to think in future times zones. Anyway, thanks for listening. Okay, bye.